And here with head coach John Lilly, Independence Patriots. Fresh off a donut, John. I saw you got into the box. I mean, Judah might have. I think it might be alarmed if you took one of the donuts out of the box.
Well, you know, it's my obligation to make sure that they're not poisoned or have any food poisoning, so we'll be ready next week. So I thought I had to test them out a little bit.
Well, that's a mark of a good head coach.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, look, it was an ugly game tonight. You guys came out, it looked like unscathed for the most part. When you get in a game like this, we've talked about this over the years. I mean, when do you know it's time to pull them out?
Well, I felt like it was necessary for us to try to get to 2 quarters just for conditioning purposes. You know, I don't want to go, we kind of run into that last year a little bit, and you want your team conditioned, but they're a very young team. I mean, they're a very young team, and I knew they were young. And, you know, Coach Montgomery's a good coach. He's a solid coach, and we just didn't want it to be embarrassingly bad. So, you know, I've been on the other end of that a couple of times, so, you know, we just
Well, he said that too. He said you guys could have ran up 100 if you wanted to.
Yeah, I just, it wasn't necessarily, you know, it's not good to do that. Their kids battled as hard as they could, and, you know, it might be a different story next year.
You said pre-game that you wanted to see your team execute like a veteran team, and given the results, I guess it would be a crazy question, but I know as coaches you can always find something in there that's a teaching point or a coaching point. Did they give you what you wanted in that regard?
Yeah, I'm very pleased with them. I thought they came out very businesslike and did what they had to do, and fortunately they're kind of used to that. And you know, I just wanted them to, you know, come out like they ended the year and play this year and see what we can do to get better and make us a better team. You know, and hopefully we can build up some depth as the season goes on. We got a long year ahead of us, and the schedule's a lot tougher than it was last year. So, you know, I got great coaches around me, you know, so it makes my job so easy when you got the coaching staff that I've got, and then you got good players, and just God bless you with some good situation right now.
You have you had Cyrus Goodson probably played 2 snaps tonight, I think you said. Given that he a big play, a big target, was not in there. Trey Bowers I thought he had a good debut at quarterback. What were your thoughts on his play?
Well, I mean, he had 2 50-yard touchdowns called back, you know, because of some things that we were bad at last year on penalties, and you know, I want to get a little better with that this year. But Trey's done very well from the first minute of 7-on-7 till tonight. He's gotten better in decision-making process, and that's really what we're wanting him to do, is make good decisions on the field, not throw the ball bad, not to the wrong person. If it ain't there, go somewhere else. And so far, knock on wood, he's done that.
And Judah's performance, obviously, 4 touchdowns, 4 2-point conversions, the 196 we talked about. That's probably the kind of results you're going to be looking for from him, given your line every week.
Well, you know,
not that it can happen every week, but
yeah, we know you know, the next 2 games we play are going to be brutal, and it's going to be tough to get that kind of yardage. But you know, for tonight, we'll take it, and we'll get back to the drawing board on Monday. Actually, we're practicing tomorrow, and to get ready for the next game. And then on top of that, you know, and just try to build on it, Dave. It's always good to get off to a good start. It's great to beat your arch rival, and especially, you know, when we got a big trophy involved. And you know, they're just a good group of kids to coach. I said it last year, I say it this year. They just work so hard. And what I was also pleased with is, you know, we had one of our best football players not even play tonight. He's homesick, Braxton McKinney. I'll tell you, I feel bad, you know, that he wasn't out here, because probably, other than Judah, he's probably worked harder than anybody. But hopefully we'll get him back. He's just sick. He got that stomach bug real bad, and you know, he just couldn't be here.
What were the things Judah did that you liked? I mean, he had 8 carries, but he scored on 4 of them.
Judah's worth to our football team is more off the field than it is on the field. You know, he's by far the alpha in the room, and you know, he's just a great leader. And so he's more valuable, as good as he is, he's more valuable off the field than he is on the field.
Was he the alpha on the field tonight?
Oh yeah, yeah. He leads, and some of the other kids stepped up and did some great things. I mean, Harvey is a beast on defense. D. Hikes played really well on defense. You know, those 2 inside linebackers are pretty good. And then Chandler Johnson had a good game too.
I've heard from some coaches around, well, I'd say around the state, around the area, that talked to some coaches, and they say this might be one of the best lines. I'm talking about the offense now, that some pretty good coaches have seen. I mean, is this the best? You've had some really good lines. I don't really want to put you on the spot to say, but I would say, I will ask you it this way: is this a top 3 line that you've had? And you've had some really good lines in your career.
Hey,
They're talking about this might be one of the best lines in the state.
Well, you know, you got to do it on the field. So if you ask me that question at the end of the year, I'll give you a fair answer. But just for one game, you know, I can't answer that. I want to see consistency for 10 or 11 games. But let's just say this: they got the capabilities of being very special. They play to a very high level, and they got a great coach, and Coach Grog. And then you got Coach Cook over here now, who played offensive line for WVU, and Rich Rodriguez and Don Nealon. So, you know, we just got some coaches. I'm telling you, I know you get tired probably hearing it, but sometimes I marvel at just coming here and just watching them do their thing. And I'm real appreciative of that. Scott Cuthbert does a great job with the defense. And now we got a full staff with our JV. So, you know, God just blessed us with good people.
You got the shutout on defense. You scored 60 on offense. Generally, people say defense is ahead of offenses. Where do you think, and I asked a couple of your players this, so I'll ask you, which one do you think's ahead of the other right now? Or is this a neck and neck battle? I mean, you did good things on both sides of the ball.
Well, you know, we focus on 3 things, you know, preparation, execution, and physicality. And, you know, that's really what I measure us for. I thought our preparation was okay this week. It wasn't great. But, you know, next week will be a test, you know, in preparation. But, you know, if we prepare like we did when we played Herbert Hoover in the first scrimmage, and, you know, we'll be a good team.
Are you going to try to test the donuts every time this happens?
Well, I just hope it happens again. I mean, I know everybody's real confident that this is going to happen a lot, but right now, you know, I don't foresee this happening in the next 2 games. So hopefully, you know, we can just move to the next game.
John, great game tonight. I appreciate it.
Thank you, man. I thank you for coming over.